Now we move on to the bar which bindi with the letters. So these are letters that we have already learned, but you add a bindi into the bottom and it changes the sound a bit. So we have sase bar bindi, sh, kake bar bindi kha, gage bar bindi ga, jaje bar bindi z, pape bar bindi fa, and lalle bar bindi la. So this is sh. And we go in order, so sasa first, and then kaka, and then gaga, and then jaja, and then papa, and then lala. So sase bar bindi sh. What we do is we do sasa as normal, and then we just add the bindi, a little dot at the bottom of the letter. It doesn't really matter where it goes as long as it's around the bottom, but for sasa there's a kind of natural space there where it's easy to fit the dot in. So shasha. Do char very hor likh diya. But if you've already learnt and practiced sasa, you won't need to spend so much time practicing this letter. Shasha. Or sase bar bindi sha. Sase bar bindi sha. And some words which begin with sase bar bindi are sher. Sher. Sher is a tiger or a lion. Shahar. Shahar is a town or a city. Shukr. Shukr is gratitude, or to be grateful, or to be thankful. Shukr. And shant. Shant is peace. Peace and quiet. Shant. And then next we have kake bar bindi kha. So it's a bit softer than normal kaka. This is kaka. And again, if you replace kake bar bindi with a normal kaka, it doesn't generally change the meaning. So it can be interchangeable. So write normal kaka, and then usually we put the bindi in the bottom left corner because there's more space over there. So kake bar bindi kha. Kake bar bindi kha. Usually again it's used for more kind of Persian words which were coming into the Punjabi vocabulary. Kake bar bindi kha. So some words which begin with kake bar bindi are khargosh, khargosh, which is a rabbit or a hare. Khatra, khatra is danger. Khabar, khabar is news. I think we did this with kaka without the bindi as well. It's the same thing. Then khat, khat is a letter. Sometimes it might also refer to a line or handwriting, but usually it refers to a letter. Khat. And now we have the third letter in this row is gage bar bindi, g. For all of these letters with bindis, it's almost as though you're not touching your tongue fully to the roof of your mouth. So instead of sasa, it's shasha, leave a bit of gap. Instead of kaka, khaka, so you're not quite closing that gap. Same with gaga and gage bar bindi. So it's gaga versus gaga. So gage bar bindi ga. So it's a bit softer. In Musikinch Likida, so basically just write gaga, jinsti pale likyasi, gaga, and then usually we put the dot here at the bottom left, but it doesn't really matter too much if you move it somewhere else. So this is normally where we put the bindi. So gaga, and then dot gage bar bindi, ga. And again, a lot of these words, they're interchangeable with the same word beginning with gaga instead of gage bar bindi. Ga. चलो ਅਸੀਂ 4 ਵਾਰੀ ਹੋਰ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ and practice writing and saying it at the same time as well. ਗੱਗੇ ਪੈਰ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਗ ਗੱਗੇ ਪੈਰ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਗ and again ਗੱਗੇ ਪੈਰ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਗ and again ਗੱਗੇ ਪੈਰ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਗ. Some words which might begin with this letter are gubara. Gubara is a balloon. Galat. Galt is wrong or mistake. Gum. Gum is sorrow, sadness. And ghazal. Ghazal is a form of South Asian poetry or South Asian kind of, it's a short poem or song, usually it's sung, which has come from the Middle East, kind of Arabic influences, and brought along with Sufi culture. So ghazal, it's a type of poetry. Letter number 39, the fourth letter in this row is Jajje par bindi Z. It's like the letter Z in English. Jajje par bindi Z. So you write your normal jajja like this, and then you add the bindi in this space over here. So jajje par bindi Z. Write it 4 more times. Jajje par bindi Z. Sometimes it's interchangeable with jajja, but not as much as kakke par bindi or gugge par bindi. So jajje par bindi Z. And some words beginning with zaza or jajje par bindi Z is zahar. Zahar is poison. Zindagi. Zindagi is life. And zamana. Zamana. It's like an era or an age. Zamana. Next letter is pape bar bindi fa or fafa. Pape bar bindi fa. So we write normal papa, and then we normally add the dot in the bottom left. Pape bar bindi fa. फिर तो लिखते हैं pape bar bindi fa. And again, that's fafa, you can call it, but if you want to make sure you're getting the right letter across, then you say pape bar bindi fa. So some words beginning with fafa or pape bar bindi are fateh. Fateh means victory, or a shortened form of the Sikh greeting. So we say Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We might refer to this as the Fateh. Farz. Farz is duty or responsibility. Farz. Fikr. Fikr is worry. Fikr. Fikr karni is to worry. And firozi. Firozi is the colour turquoise. Firozi is turquoise. And lastly we have lalle par bindi la. This is, as it says, controversial, not used very commonly. Sometimes it's left out. And the bindi can also go on the right hand side or the left hand side. It depends what you prefer. So we'll move on to writing it. Lalle par bindi la. It's a bit like you're curling your tongue inwards a bit more when you're saying lalla. Instead of saying a normal lalla, you curl your tongue inwards a little bit more. So lalle par bindi la. I suppose it's almost like you are flicking your tongue as well. But the tip of your tongue, it doesn't quite touch the front of the top of your mouth. It touches the middle bit a bit more. So lalla. Lalle par bindi is la. And I've done the dot on the bottom left just because most of these bad rich bindi, those letters mostly have the dot either in the middle or the bottom left, so I've just stuck to the bottom left. Lale bar bindi la. And a few words beginning with, well, no words begin with lale bar bindi, usually, so that's why we call it khali, a bit like rara and rana and ninya and gunga. But words which include lale bar bindi are kal, and badal. So kal can refer to an era or an age, but also often used to refer to a famine or death. So kal. And badal is clouds or a cloud.